Hello and welcome to All Shorts. Well, I had to get out of my studio this morning and away from the old mobile phone and the computer and other forms of media, because it was driving me absolutely insane. It's actually depressing me. I'll be absolutely honest with you, it was depressing me. So I thought I'd do something positive for a change, yes. And if you're in Canada, you might recognise that. Yeah, it's, a Canadian oak. It might actually be Spanish oak, but they're very, very similar. They're both quercus, so the variety. And we're going to do some cuttings. Now, you could plant these directly off from acorns if you want, but it's the wrong time of year. So I took some late spring cuttings and just going to, literally just cut them just below the node, like so. Crikey, it's woody. It's actually green, but a bit further along, I reckon. Cut it about there. Yeah, that's a bit better. So just going to cut it just below the little node, and I've got that's that one done, and then we'll shove it in the ground. Yeah, I was just watching what's going on regarding these raids and stuff. Oh, it's so bloody sad, and it's depressing me, to be honest. It really is. So yeah, some I done last week, these Spanish or the Canadian oaks that I planted earlier this last week, and they seem to be okay. We've got these ones here, which they're doing all right. So all I'm going to do is just literally just chuck it in the ground like that into my little planting bed here. That's why I do my cuttings and stuff. All these tomatoes there, these are all cuttings. These are basically the suckers of a tomato plant. You just plop them in the ground, they'll root. So yeah, I was just watching everything that's going on, and it's driving me insane actually, because I don't understand for the life of me why people aren't actually getting aggressive. It's been very I feel a bit subdued about it, to be honest. It's been very, had to put civilised protests, and the only people who aren't civilised are these ICE people. The immigration, customs enforcement officers. There's nothing civilised by those who got pardoned by Donald Trump. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones, or some of them, who are working for ICE. Pardon them and give them a job. Lovely, isn't it, eh? Reward them for being criminals. These people were convicted, and then Donald Trump pardons them. What kind of person does that, And what kind of people are these who... Well, they're scum. Let's be honest, they're scum. Keep forgetting the lenses. So, yeah, carry on, just cut a bit off. One of the reasons you do it is because as soon as you... Because these I just broke the tree on my dog walk this morning. There's a great big Canadian oak up here. So I thought I'd just nick some bits. So literally what I'm doing, because that's already started drying off, what you do is you just cut a bit of it off, right? Remove it, just below the node. And that'll either root from there or there or there or somewhere. That'll root. It just will. Alright, and then just chuck it in the ground. In this case, my little rooting bed thing here that I've got here. So that's the plan. And hopefully we can get a few of these Canadian oaks going. Because once you got them, you can easily propagate. They'll start propagating themselves, wouldn't they, And for our Rewilding project, which is, at the moment, we've virtually done this field over here. We're doing this field this year. We're a bit late, actually. We should have done it earlier. But I haven't been in a very good frame of mind, to be honest. I've been quite ill. This fibromyalgia and what have you. Bugging me right up. But Sedavi, these things are sent to try, aren't they? So was Donald Trump and his lackeys. Oh, that's the last one. So I'll stick that in the ground. I'll show you what we've been doing so far. I've only just managed to get the grass cut down around the trees that we've already planted. We put a sign with the tree for those who've... Basically, people make a donation. We put a tree in their behalf, we look after it, and then I make a sign and it basically becomes their tree. So if you are interested, there is, like I say, there's links down below. Put that one in there. They did a bit of weeding as well. Look at the weeds. There's been weeds everywhere. There they are in that bed. So yeah, we pretty much live off our land here. So we've got our pot of jam over there, and then all our polytunnels And we grow quite a bit of food, we do. We end up with about 150 to 200 litres of tomatoes in jars doing canning. So that's what we do. And it just makes us a little bit less reliant on funds, and it's a good job and all, because my channel's really suffering money-wise. It's just not making any money at all. It's pathetic. It really is. I'm not getting the views. You don't get the views. You don't get... well, you just don't get the revenue. And they've been demonetising a lot of my videos recently, which is really frustrating. So there's a few little trees there, little sycamores and stuff there. They were done from seed. We buy those trees in as well so we get different varieties. We've got a nursery right now, so it's quite thankful. Oh, I think I need to get my canes in, my tomatoes. They've all got flowers on, as you can see in this polytunnel, and they need to be tidied up, don't they? Don't you think? All sprawled across the floor. Oh my giddy aunt, and my peppers. Crikey. These have got flowers on, that's a good sign, isn't it? You know, get them pollinate. I can see little tiny tomatoes coming as well, which is quite good. So I know this is a bit of a random video. Now this little polytunnel used to be somewhere else. It used to be over there. And we put new cover on there, then the cat decided to use it as a scratching pole thing. So you see down there, you see that? These suckers, you know, if you grab that sucker, alright? So if you've got a friend with a tomato plant and they've got those suckers, they want to pick them out, so you get rid of these, yeah? Put it in the ground, that'll root, and you have a tomato plant. That root, it's put nice and deep, right, down to about there, right, and that will root. But you could even just put it in a glass of water to start with, and you'll get loads and loads of roots on the bottom of that. So that's you know, you can be pretty self-sufficient, you know. You don't have to buy loads of shit if you don't have to. Oh, we have got tomatoes coming now. Yes, we must get our steaks in. Like we must. We've got tomatoes there and peppers there. All tomatoes. These are a mixture of Crème Noir. So we like the black. They're a bit like Marmanda, you know, or super steak tomatoes. Those big juicy ones. But they're black. They're lovely. Oh, that's such good tomatoes. Just a couple of bits of bread, a bit of salt, and oh my giddy aunt, gorgeous they are. Yeah, so we've got some apples coming on this little apple tree here. This is quite a young apple tree, hasn't been there very long. But we've got quite a few little apples on there. We've got some bigger apple trees as well. And we've got loads of apple trees were planted on the outside there. These are all these trees you see, all the ones that we're putting. The only ones that are in is that oak tree up top there. There's 2 oak trees that we didn't put in. All the other trees on this land we put in. Now if I show you over here, there's one of the fields that we're planting into. Now we own the land right up to the tree line over there, right? But we're designated around 2 hectares. Currently the farmer uses some of the land, you see. And I'm trying to get on top of the grass cutting at the moment because there's been a lot of rain and what have you. So this piece of land here, we're planting trees, as you see. All the trees that we've been planting, we've actually done 560 trees so far. Well, that was at the last count. It might be more than that. I think it's over 600 now, actually. That does include all the mass ones around in the rotunda type things. Yeah, those are going to be growing up into a big dome. I must my little Wally's buried over there. He is. And then we've got another one over there that we've done, which somebody kindly donated some money for. Basically a whole load of trees and put a whole load in a circle, and so that would be like that, you know, but slightly smaller. And that's for the people in Gaza. That was, and remember them. I'm making the bench to go in there as well. So that's my contribution to some woodwork, you see. So I'm going to make a bench to go into that one, which I'll engrave the back boards of the bench with a laser or by hand or whatever. And that one over there is actually around a well. We've got our old well there. It's not used anymore. So anyway, we got a little meander up there. I know it was getting a bit of a long video, but it's just a casual thing, isn't it? And the grass has been growing up blinking crazy. I can't keep up with it. And it was very long, so it's not too bad considering how long it was. Oh, the sun's coming out. Lovely. So we're basically putting signs with the trees of those who donated a little bit of money, so, you know, 20 euros sort of thing. And they'll put a tree in and make a sign, go with the tree. Some people donate more, you know, and we just use the money to get more stuff for the project. Now, the idea behind the project is not just about planting trees, it's about providing somewhere to put habitats, okay? So this tree here is one we planted 3 years ago now. Not that long ago, actually. It's not that old, this tree. It's about 8 years old. And maybe 10 years, I can't remember now when we put it in. But we've been putting these, it's all part of our project, putting little bird boxes up everywhere. Now I'm hoping to do around 6, I've done at least 20, 25 bird boxes so far, if not more. And this, instead of been pricking around the edges of that one, the birds get, they make the holes bigger. Oh yeah, like that one up there, can you see that? It's got the hole bit, there's obviously birds in that one. And get a lot of great tits and stuff. So it's just nice, you know, it's just nice to do something positive when there's so much negativity. And we're planting a hell of a lot of willows. And one of the reasons for that is one of the easier trees for us to propagate ourselves, but also because they provide a lot of early flowers for the bees. The bees go bonkers on them. I mean, sort of at February sort of time, February, May sort of time, March sort of time, sorry. And March, I'll get there in a minute, won't I? And be absolutely pepped in bees, where all little catkins start, coming to flower and whatever. Absolutely amazing. They absolutely love it. And you see all these trees we're putting on here, so we're trying to create, this is going to be sort of a dense habitat. So there's two, this is going to be basically an arch, and then we've got dome at the end, there. And this one here, they're not quite so shrimpy like now, because it's getting, it's a bit late now, but a few weeks ago, these are like really, really pink and droopy. They look like little shrimps, hence this shrimp tree. It's called different things in places, but basically willow. It's another salix. And then we've got common salix, and we've got common weeping willow. I'll get there in a minute. Weeping willow, contorted willow, which is what that one is, And also we've got the shrimp tree and common willow as well. We'll see, get a few more different varieties of willow, because we've got it's quite nice. I like the willows, and they do flower at different times. And we'll also put into planting as well with other species, other types of shrubs, not just trees, which is basically small trees, aren't they? Such as red robins, ribena, and what else was there? Obviously we've got the hazel, oaks, chestnuts, sycamores. Oh my God, all sorts of different things. Some are big flowers, such as, I can't remember what it's called. Right, but there's a tree there with big leaves, right, over there, and that one has big flowers. I can't remember what it's called. And then next to that, there's a bigger tree. There's actually from someone who's a regular on the channel, who's Ginger's Giraffe on the channel, one of the subscribers, and that's her tree. And that's grown like flipping crazy. Then it's been in there a couple of years now, I think. Must be 2 years. And Dog's got a tree as well, which is the one behind it. Just over there, there's nowhere near as big, but that one's gone loopy, so that's crazy. And they got Nika de Schmidt. He's got a tree. He's got an oak tree, which is actually just behind it, over there. He's another subscriber to the channel. So yeah, it's just nice, It's nice to do something positive when there's all this madness going on. It beggars belief. I can't imagine what people are going through at the moment, and it's not just it's people in the United States, whether they be undocumented migrants, what have you. It's also the children who are documented, who haven't seen their parents taken away. It's been made orphans, effectively. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And then you got how Canada's been treated, elbows up, hence the Canadian oaks, and I don't know. Sometimes I just can't even. I'm lost for words sometimes, Just now, I'm lost for words. So this is one. It's going to be our little, not gazebo, but eventually they'll grow up big enough and they'll come over and create like a little shelter area here. And we'll then put loads of little habitats in there as well. At the bottom of actually Ginger's tree, I don't even know it was left the grass. I'm leaving the grass there now, because we're going to create that into a little wildflower area around that particular tree, along with a hedgehog house. Because I'm building hedgehog houses as well, and insect houses and stuff. It's all about the habitats, providing a little bit of biodiversity. It's not just about the trees, you see. Now, although I'm surrounded by trees, right, this particular woods here, right, if you walk through there, I think I've shown you before in the live video. If you walk through there, there's big clearings. It's a bit like if I know they call it pot. I know if somebody comes to knock on your door and tries to sell you a carpet, and you open it up and there's a big square cut out the middle of it. Anyway, this is where my little Wally's buried. I got to make him a little picture to go on there of my Wally. He's buried just literally there. Oh, it kills me, it does, I tell you. So we've got digitalis as well, you know, foxgloves and various other flowers and stuff. These trees here have been put in the middle because the top here is going to need support. So we're putting a few trees in the middle. This well is filled in, it's concrete now inside. So that's not. I've got a seat on it. Oh, let's sit down in my seat with my Wally. Hello, Wally. So, yeah, I know, it's a random video. And it's probably getting quite long now, 50 odd minutes long now. So I just sort of share it with you, you know, what we're doing. And links down below if you are interested. But you see all those little shoes. There might be a few too many actually. They're actually sunflowers that are coming up at the bottom there. Yeah. And okay, they are pretty when they come up and they come into flower. Now, it's about the food again. It's about providing food for the birds. That's what it is. We plant loads and loads of sunflowers for that purpose, just to give them something to eat. Right, sitting here with my Wally dog. It's the thing about a dog, isn't it? You know, I don't know if anyone there has got animals and that, which you lose. He's my first dog, and we lost him last year, and that really killed me. It's one of the reasons why I've been struggling, you know. Really knocked me for 6, really did. And I got another channel, you see, a woodworking channel called Wally Dog, or Wally Bra actually, called Wally Bra, actually Wallywood, named after my dog. And the thing about him is it's an integral part of my life. And when you lose it, you know, it's like you lost your mojo. He was my mojo. And I stopped uploading videos on my woodworking channel for a bit. I've started again though. And it's like, you know, because I just couldn't bring myself to it. I was struggling with it, really was. But you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? But sometimes you just need something else. I suppose that's part of the message of this video really, is actually sometimes you need something else other than sticking your head in or going full head on with everything that's going on around you when it's so negative and so horrible. You need an escape. And for me it's nature. And my woodworking and stuff like that, that's an escape. But you need it. Otherwise it'll just mess with your head. Just make you angry. Because I do feel rather angry and bitter at the moment, to be honest. And I don't even live in the United States. I feel for those in Canada, with the way they're being treated by this regime in the White House. I certainly feel for those who have been treated like they have no value at all. Not being treated like human beings. I feel for those in Gaza. That's the other thing you see is you've got to be careful that you have to keep your mind open to what's going on in Gaza, because it's quite easy to end up having a hatred for Jewish communities and people who, quite frankly, probably don't agree with what's going on and see it as a political stunt regarding Netanyahu and that. Because I certainly don't believe it. You know, it's gone beyond being able to defend yourself. I don't see how anyone can defend the actions, what's going on in Gaza. And then obviously Ukraine. I've got massive respect for Ukrainians, as I do for Canadians, you know. But especially the Ukrainians. They are such a innovative nation of people. Been pushed into a corner, and they're fighting back with their heads. They really are, and bodies obviously, and they've got huge losses, and it's all very, very sad. But obviously I hope they do, and if they do, they're going to come out from this a much richer country in many ways. They really are. Obviously in here, but also industrially. They have really shown their resolve, what they've managed to achieve. Going into Russia and disguising themselves, starting up a company in Russia and using that as a way to import all these drones, all these containers and stuff with this, with the drones hidden in the roofs. Absolutely amazing. Formidable people. And that's kind of how I see the Canadians in many ways, standing up to tyranny, Donald Trump's tyranny. Mark Carney's the right person to do this job. And he made a statement the other day. A statement that would worry everybody, obviously, because he knows things are dire. You've got a huge amount of your traders with the United States, and that needs to change. And because of that, that's going to cause a lot of financial upset in the economy of Canada. It is in the United States as well, to be fair, but in Canada's going to struggle. But I do believe in my heart that Canada are also a resilient people who will push past this. They'll struggle to start with, but they'll seek new opportunities because they are a strong people. That's how I see it. Anyway, how do you? This video's getting too long. Anyway, it's hard to be planting trees. And we ended on Canada. Anyway, elbows up. That's what we say. Elbows up. Oh, anyway, let me know what you think. Anyway, if you do want to know more about the rewilding, there's links down below. No, there is. And take you to the I might upload some more pictures. I've got those pictures and videos to put on there on the GoFundMe page. Anyway, big little like button, will you? Toodaloo.